What up? It's your girl Ashley. I'll be ballin' with the I Be Ballin' basketball show. You already know. Yeah, this video will be about the WNBA awards. They've been announcing them slowly, you know. First, I gotta give flowers to Ajawilson. You know, she is a 3-time MVP now. She won in 2020 and 2022. And now she joins Lisa Leslie, Cheryl Swoops, and I believe Lauren Jackson, because they won 3 in the league too. And I'm glad that she was unanimous, because I was like, man, if she's not unanimous, I'm going to be so upset. But I'm glad, all the voters voted right this time, not that fourth, whoever voted fourth for her last year. But she just been balling nonstop. Her aces have been, kind of up and down, but, her teammates need to help her out some more to see if they can tie up this series. I don't know if y'all been watching the WNBA playoffs, but it's been cracking. I feel like they're going to tie up the series, and I think Liberty is going to win at home in Game 5. But that's just what I'm seeing. But if the Aces play like they played at home last night, I'm like, yo, y'all got a chance. But Ajawilson, yeah, she need help. Jackie Young, you was balling. Kelseyplum, Chelseagray, Tiffany Hayes, y'all got to step up, And they won without Kia Stokes, who had a concussion. But I'm going to give a couple of accolades that Ajawilson has done this year. All right. So, she averaged 26 points, 11 rebounds, 2.5 blocks, 1.7 steals. Right? She ranked first in the WNBA in both points and blocks, second in rebounds, fifth in steals, fourth in minutes, setting all career highs, and she's 7th in the lead for field goal percentage, 51, and 7th in free throws, 84. She broke, right, the single season record, right? She passed 1,000, and that was like amazing to see, because people just don't do that. It's not like everybody is doing that in the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta give her props. I know the Aces they got the 4th seed, which isn't really like them, but after you win two back-to-back chips, I could see why some of the team isn't really playing the best that they could play. But so she's the first player to lead the WNBA in total points, rebounds, and blocks. She had 98 blocks, and she scored Diana Taurasi in 2006 averaged 25, but she got 26, so she upped Diana Taurasi with that. She had 451 rebounds and 1,021 points. She was the Western Conference player 4 times, and the Western Conference player 6 times, player of the week. She scored 42 and 41, which was the highest scoring totals this season. She had at least 20 points in 89.5% of her games, which is another record, right? She grabbed 9.8 defensive rebounds, which is a season single average record. So a lot of WNBA history, man. Posted 3rd highest rebounding average in the WNBA season, 11.8. Angel Reese was first with 13.1, and Sylvia Fowles did it, 11.8 in 2018. I still wish Fowles and Candace Parker was still playing, because I feel like they only played 15 seasons, and I'm like, man, if they were healthy, maybe they could have played 20 something. like Sue Bird and Diana. But she had her first 2020 game, 24 points, 20 rebounds. She's the second player in WNBA history to have at least 25 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 blocks, joining who other than Candace Parker. Oh my goodness. If you join Candace Parker, you're in elite company. She set WNBA season single records for consecutive games with 20 or more points, 15 with 15 games. Consecutive games with at least 20 points and 10 rebounds, which was 8. She became the Aces franchise leader in points and rebounds. She led the WNBA in steals per turnover ratio. 1.3 turnovers per game, which was a career low. She won the Don Staley Community Leadership Award, which was dope because that's her former coach. That she won a title with the Gamecocks, South Carolina. Whoop whoop. But yeah, this just adds more and more to her accolades and trophy case. She won Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. The list goes on and on. Caitlin Clark. She was one vote away from unanimous Rookie of the Year. She won Rookie of the Year. Also, I made a video you guys can check out on my channel. I talk about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark and the season that they had as rookies. But she averaged 19 points. I made a prediction that she would lead the league in assists because Courtney Vandersloot did it last year. And I was like, I feel like Caitlin Clark can do it this year. And she did. I predicted 10 assists, but she did 8.4 assists. She had 5.7 rebounds, 1.3 steals, which was leading in all of the 5 categories for rookies. And I'll talk a little bit about, a lot of people are saying that that Swoops is the one that voted for Angel Reese. I don't think Swoops has a vote, but I do wish they would say who the voters are. I think that would help. And some voters do say, hey, I have a vote and this is who I voted for. Some people do that. Like they post it on like X or something, but it would be nice to know like who are the voters. Who's like the 67 voters. I think it's mostly like high profile people that work at ESPN, like their broadcasters and analysts and a lot of sports writers, basketball writers. I do believe, don't hate me for this, but I do believe that Angel Reese should have got more votes. This is how I think. If Angel Reese is just going to receive 1 vote, you might as well have Caitlin Clark be the unanimous, Rookie of the Year, if she only going to get 1 vote. I think she should have got, more votes. It should have been, I'm not saying she should have got, like 30 something, I'm not saying that. But I think, she had a good rookie season as well. But I think Caitlin Clark wins because her numbers across the board are better. She's more skilled and her team made the playoffs, But when it's 1 vote, it's almost like a lot of people are saying, oh, whoever did that is a, Caitlin Clark hater, or they're being petty. And also, I don't even think, I think some voters probably share their votes with other voters, right? But I don't think the one person that voted for Angel Reese was being petty. Unless they went around saying, who did you vote for? And they just said, oh, I feel bad, so let me get Angel Reese. It even looks like you're pitying Angel Reese as well. Like, you're pitying her. So it's like, when it's like the one vote. I'd rather it be multiple votes for Angel Reese. Because you might as well, if it's just one vote, you might as well just give Caitlin Clark the unanimous MVP. Like, I'm just saying. But, so, also, the all-rookie team, I believe it was Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Rickea Jackson, who I think, man, Rickea Jackson, and when Cameron Brink gets healthy, they're gonna look back on this draft, the 2024 draft, and be like, how did we let the LA Sparks get Cameron Brink and Rickea Jackson? I think Rickea Jackson is, man, highly underrated two-way player. I think they should have played her more. And I think Camila Cardoza, I mean, we could have saw more of her if she was like more healthy, you know. I think she's gonna bring a lot of, you know, defensive like energy. Because like when she was healthy, she was getting multiple blocks per game. And I'm like, yo, all Angel Reese and Cardoza need to do really is like just all they really need to do is like develop. They don't even have to develop threes, you know. All they have to do is develop like mid-range game, and they should be fine. Also, firing Teaspoon was ridiculous after one season. I could see 2 seasons, but one. And you fired Angel Reese's favorite coach in the whole wide world. I'm like, I don't understand that. But also, the New York rookie she's balling. The Liberty's depth is crazy. But, Liani, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. You know, that's why I think like the Liberty are gonna take it all. Like they're like, we are not gonna be embarrassed anymore. They got the talent. They just needed that motivation. They needed to learn each other. But back to Caitlin Clark. Let me talk a little bit about I'm not gonna say like every award she did, but let's go with these. So she obviously was a, rookie all-star starter. She was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Month and Eastern Conference Player of the Week 3 times and Rookie of the Month 4 times. And, let's talk a little bit about the Fever. So they made the playoffs for the first time since 2016, and they had a winning streak. They was 13-27, so they improved 7 games. But people were like really like going in on the Fever and Caitlin Clark's teammates for losing. It was just ridiculous. I was like, oh my goodness, this is terrible. But I'm glad they pulled it together. I'm just glad they pulled it together for like the players' sake, because they was getting dragged by so many Clark fans. Like, trade everyone. They're making Caitlin Clark look bad. They're making her turn over the ball. It was ridiculous, man. So I'm just glad they got it together then. But she had the second highest free throw percentage with 90%. I wouldn't be surprised if next year she go 50, 40, 90. 50, 40, 90 for real. She was ranked 7th in the league in points, 18th in rebounds, 15th in steals, 2nd in minutes per game. She actually played every game. That's huge, especially since like you go straight from college to the WNBA. And she had the 5th highest single season assist average in the WNBA history, and she ranked 7th in the league. Oh, I said that already. She had the most assists in the season, 337. She had the most. No, she had the second most. She had the second most three pointers in a season with 122. She passed Diana Taurasi. The only one that had more was sabrinaionescu because Ionescu gonna do what she do. Just made that up on the top of the dome. Most career 25 points and 10 assist games. 5 games, which is actually a tie with Sabrina. Most assists in the game, 19. Vandersloot did it with 18 past her. Most points by a rookie in the season, 769. And most triple doubles by a rookie too, and everybody else had 0. She became the first rookie to have at least 30 points and 10 assists in a game. She posted 14 games with at least 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 8 games with at least 20 points and 10 assists. Both WNBA single season highs. And they had a 5-game winning streak, which is the largest winning streak that they've had since 2015. So that's pretty dope. And post Olympic break, this is what she had her first 10 games. 24 points and 9 assists. So that just tells you she probably was watching film. She probably was in that weight room. She was probably like, I got snubbed from Olympics, so I'm about to go even harder. I'm learning. The game is slowing down. She adjusting. So props to Caitlin Clark, because you never know how a rookie's going to play. But I feel like she definitely adjusted like very, very fast, to the physicality. And, you could tell like she was learning each and every game about how to get her shots off, how to get her teammates the ball. And it just takes time with a new team, new coach, new system, new players, And next year they're going to be even better because of the year that they had, because they're such a young team. So next is the most improved player, MIP, seatbelt season. But Dearica Hamby, Bridget, and Janae got votes, but ultimately Carrington got the most votes with 28. And as far as the MVP, I don't want to say no one had a good MVP season. I think Nafisa Collier and, Clark, what she did was impressive, but I just think Asia deserves the unanimous. If I didn't make that clear, but as far as most improved, I feel like she definitely made the most impact, especially with her, team with the Sun. I hope that series with the Lynx go 5 games as well. She's 5'11", not very tall, but she can really lock it down. Seatbelt season, she can really knock it down. So she's the 20th overall pick. She has 12 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1.5 steals, right? So she improved her numbers. Her numbers last year were 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 0.6 steals. So that's pretty impressive. And she had a career high 25 games with 10 or more points. And she led all WNBA players with at least 5 steals. 5 steals in 3 games. And she ranked 9th in steals. And, the Sun, they led the league in fewest points allowed. 73 points per game, and defensive rating 94%. And they ranked third in steals with 8. Y'all better play that defense against the Lynx, because y'all ain't. I believe it's 2-1, so y'all need to tie this up. Those defensive numbers, the Lynx and the Sun are the two best defensive teams, so it's like, what can you really do? What can you do? But she's the 5th player in Sun history to win Most Improved. Jonqueljones, they need to give the ball to Jonqueljones more. Jonqueljones, kelseyplum, and Wnba Palmer. So, if y'all want to stay alive, use that defense and give Jonqueljones the ball more, guys. Defensive Player of the Year, 36 votes out of 67. Nafisa Collier. So Ajawilson was in second place. Isa Magabgor. I hope I pronounced that right. The only bone I have to pick with this is, I feel like Defensive Player of the Year is very hard to judge when you're voting. But I think Dejanay Carrington only got one freaking vote. Are you kidding me? Seatbelt season? Just seatbelt on. She was locking up guards. If you ask any guard in the WNBA, who do you really need to go to sleep and get your rest, because she's aggressive, she's gonna lock you down, she's gonna pressure you, she's gonna use those long arms. Every guard from Enrique to Caitlin Clark would say Carrington. So for her to only get one vote, and I get it, bigs are really winning Defensive Player of the Years, even in the NBA, and I get it, because they're the anchor, right? But I'm only one? Come on now. But, alright. So, Collier ranked 2nd in the league in steals, right? Which actually is a career best, 1.9. She placed 4th in defensive rebounds per game, 7.5, and 7th in block shots, 1.4, right? Career highs, right? And she made the defensive team twice, right? The second team twice. And the Lynx ranked 2nd in the league in both defensive rating, 94, and fewest points allowed, 75, right? And I just said that Sun got the best, right? So, I think people were judging the players with Ajawilson and Collier, and this is how I feel. You either go with, I feel like Ajawilson is the better defensive player, but I also feel like she has to work harder around her Aces teammates, because I feel like Collier's teammates are better defensive players than Ajawilson's teammates. And the numbers show it. And, the eye test shows it. Courtney Williams only got one vote as well. And I feel like they're gonna always give it to the best defensive player on the best defensive team. And that's Nafisa Collier. But so it really depends on what you want. Do you want the best defensive player that has to work even harder because her teammates don't have that same defensive attributes? Or do you award Nafisa Collier because she also is a great defensive player, right? Steals, blocks, guarding the perimeter, right? Guarding the post. but she also has better defensive players around her, better defensive team around her, right? The players, Reeve, right? So it all depends on what you want, and do you want that big or do you want that guard? So it all depends. Like, I don't think it's wrong either way you slice it and dice it. But it's like the MVP. It's like, what is the voters category? Like, if you're a voter, what are you looking for? What is the criteria? What are you looking at? Stats? Are you looking at the eye test? Are you looking at like the impact of the season? Are you looking at who the teammates are? Like, what are you looking for? It all depends on the voter. That's all. I mean, it's as simple as that, you know. But she ranked third in rebounding, 9.7 rebounds, fifth in scoring, 20 points per game, and she had which is the second best figure in her career. Also, she shot 49% from the field, and second best mark of her career, and a career high 3.4 assists. Okay, I see you. I'm showing a lot of love to the Lynx because they're balling. I think it's probably going to be Liberty and Lynx, but I want the Aces to three-peat, but I feel like no team has come back from being down 2-0, and I feel like the Liberty are just taking vengeance, and I think Link no one can. I just think overall they're like deep and they're prepared because of Reeve, Coach Reeve. We're gonna talk about her. First coach to win the WNBA Coach of the Year award 4 times. 4 times. Right? So she beat Vance Chandler and Mike DeBolt. So, and she won a gold medal, right? With the Olympics this summer. So, the Lynx led the WNBA in 3-point field goal percentage, 38%. Assists per game, 23, and ranked I said that right. But they made 380 threes. They were fourth in field goal percentage, 44. And you have to really think about it. Like, Collier has been balling. She was the runner-up of the MVP, and I just told you, Defensive Player of the Year. McBride, she's just a killer acquisition, especially from the 3-point range. She was also an all-star with Collier, and she's ranked in the top 15 in 3-point field goal percentage. Wow, along with Elena Smith, Bridget Carlton, and I'm just going to say Cicely Z. I'm just going to say Z because I'm not going to pronounce, I'm not good at pronouncing names. My friend Cal, he's the best. Reeves also won Executive of the Year for the second time, right? And she's also the second executive to win multiple, right? Multiple. And she also joins Kurt Miller as the only people to win WNBA Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year in the same season. Oh my goodness. There was other votes, obviously, for the Storm, the Sun, but Reeves signing Elena Smith and Courtney Williams in free agency was good, very, very good. And re-signing Carl Letton. And she also traded for Heidemann, Natisha Heidemann. Yeah, shout out to her because she's from Wisconsin. Yeah. I believe Green Bay, Wisconsin, I think. Oh, and she also traded for Maisha Hines Allen at the trade deadline. The sixth player of the year, Tiffany Hayes, who came out of retirement. She scored in double figures in 16 games and posted at least 20 points, right, in 3 of the Aces' final 10 games, including a season high with 21 points. She also recorded 4 or more rebounds 10 times. She received 38 votes. Liani, she received votes. She was second. But even Marina Mabry, she received votes. Shaturi Walker Kimbrough received votes. Ooh, even Clark from the Aces and Horston from the Storm. That's dope. She came off the bench. Oh, she only started 5 times and came off the bench 28 times. 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists in 21 minutes. That's big. 40% of her 3-point shots, ranking 10th in the category. 50% from the field. That, for someone who's 5'10", to shoot 50% from the field, that's not easy. She's a shot maker. And 50-40, all she needed to do was get 90 free throw percentage. She's the 4th ace to win the award. Kelseyplum, Wnba won. And Clark won too, yeah. Man, those aces and those Suns just racking up the awards. But Brianna, let's go to Wnba. Wnba won. Oh, she got 12 votes. And this is the Kim Perrott Sportsmanship Award. And Clark, Brianna Jones. Oh, when I say Clark, I don't mean Caitlin Clark. I mean Aisha Clark from the Aces. That's what that meant. Ariel Atkins, Nafisa Collier also received votes, but ultimately Wnba. And she also won 6th Player of the Year back when she was with the Aces in back-to-back seasons. And she was also an all-star this year. She's been balling, man, balling. 17 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. She started all games. She replaced Brink in the FIBA 3-on-3. Just balling, baby, balling. They were like mad because Angel Reese didn't make the team. But I'm like, she has plenty of time to make the defensive teams. It's similar to the Olympic when Clark and Reese wasn't elected to be in the Olympics. They're going to have many, it's every 4 years. They're going to have a ton of chances and a ton of gold medals, So don't worry about it. So the first team, Keratin, Izzy, Asia, Nafisa, and Breanna Stewart. I have no problem with that. There's 4 bigs and 1 guard. I have no problem with that. If that's who the best are, I'm not going to, say, oh no, there needs to be 2 guards and 1 wing. No, whoever's the best. Alyssathomas, you don't want to go up against her. I'm just saying, you don't want to go up against the engine, no. Natasha Cloud, Jonqueljones, Elena Smith, and Nneka Ogwumike. I have no problem with this list because think about it, Lynx, the Link, and the Sun, 2 of the best teams, right? And Jonqueljones, she's on one of the best teams. And Izzy, Oh, she's on the first one. But Natasha Cloud, I wouldn't want to go up against Natasha Cloud, even though like the Mercury and her numbers weren't, you know, like standout defensive numbers. I still wouldn't want to go up against Cloud because her competitiveness is just next level. You don't want to go up against someone who's strong, competitive, hustle, like she's gonna give it all for her team and rack up steals and blocks, rack up, it may not be triple doubles, but it's close. But I have no problem with the team. All right, the WNBA, first team and second team came out. So the first team, you got Wilson, Caitlin Clark, Breanna Stewart, Nafisa Collier, and to round it out, Alyssathomas. Now, I don't have a problem with this first team. You could definitely make an argument that sabrinaionescu should have been on the first team, because of the Liberty's success and the amazing season she's had. But I also get having a lot of other teams represented. So Asia, she's the MVP, right? Most points in a single season, why not? She's a beast on the defensive end. She's top 3 in steals. So it's like, give it to her. Second in rebounds, right? And Caitlin Clark, she had, she's rookie of the year, had one of the best seasons of all time, because not only was she breaking rookie records, but she was breaking regular season records, right? Top 10 in scoring. She's first in assists, right? First in 3-point shots made. She rebounds and blocks pretty good for the point guard position, so why not? And Nafisa, defensive player of the year, MVP runner up. She's like a 20 and 10 player, and the Lynx are in the finals. And she led the league in defensive rating, so it's like, why not? Stewie, why not? They're in the WNBA finals right now. Her averages did dip, but she's still a 20 and 10 type of player. And tonight she just made history. She had like 30 points and 10 rebounds and 4 blocks, something like that. It was a crazy game between the Minnesota and New York. I hope you guys are watching the WNBA finals. It's crazy. It's very, 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 very crazy. Each game going down to the wire. I just saw Sabrinaionescu get this dagger, which was like bang bang. It was like, it was from the logo, and now they up 2-1, took back home court advantage. But I still think this is going game 5. I think Liberty are gonna win it. I think in game 4 the Lynx won't blow the 15-point lead. And we saw in game 1 where Liberty blew the big lead they had. So it's like a lot of teams are blowing leads, but you can't count the team out because this is the finals, and so there's no quitting both teams. And I don't think Minnesota gonna lay down. They at home, they definitely blew a great game, especially Kayla McBride, and now one of their best players, Smith, is hurt. So we gotta see what happens. And the Liberty players gotta tell Yanni, screen, because she keep getting hit. But man, jonqueljones hit a big shot, right? Big 3. Sabrinaionescu, 2 big 3s, like 6 points in the fourth quarter. Stewie was the catalyst. Stewie had that look in her eyes, man. It wasn't laid back. It was, we not losing this game. That's what she said in the huddle. And That's the type of leader you need. You need when they see that Stewie, the leader, got fire in her eyes. She locked in. She about to take the game over. That's what she was basically doing. And I'm like, yo, Stewie coming. And and I feel like this is awesome because Stewie and Afisa both make the first team, right? And they both are the owners of Unrivaled, the 3-on-3 league. So this is just amazing, right? But Alyssathomas, you can argue that Alyssathomas and Sabrina, they can flip-flop teams, but I feel like, you got to give the Suns credit, you got to at least have one Sun on the first team because they balled out. They just couldn't, get over the hump, as far as the finals. But, I mean, she does it all. Triple-doubles, rebounds, assists. She can score. She's strong, tough, tenacious. She's top 10 in like steals, and rebounding, and she's second in assists. So you gotta award, all around game, right? Second team, right? You got Wnba, love her. She's the president. You got sabrinaionescu, you got jonqueljones, both teammates. You got to get the Liberty players some love, the incredible season they had, But I'm going to talk about subs in a minute. But you also have Kalia Copper, you can't stop her. Yeah, and you got Enrique, Ogunbowale, 414 represent Milwaukee. You already know. So Enrique, I mean, look, man, she, but she's from Milwaukee, my hometown. If you saw the All-Star game this year, I mean, it speaks for itself. She's a tough ISO cover. She's a great bucket getter. The scoring is elite. Yeah, the Wings didn't have a season that they hoped for, but I mean, second in scoring. And get this. This is what I found out. The only player in top 10 in points, assists, and steals. You gotta award that. You gotta award that. And Kalia Copper, if y'all saw the Olympics, she was balling for the Olympics. She's the main reason why they won gold. She ain't scared. She's tenacious. Mercury didn't have the season that they hoped for, right? But you gotta reward. I don't even know why the Sky traded her, to be honest with you, bro. She's third in scored. I don't know. She won the championship for the Sky. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, Aneka, she's also a all around, do it all type of player, great leader, champion, 16.7 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.9 steals. Might as well give her that 2 steals, I mean, she's a do it all for player, Sabrinaionescu, like I said, could have been on the first team, but 19.6 assists. Yeah, she's only Caitlin Clark and Sabrinaionescu are the only players to have at least 16 points and 6 assists. I mean, she's been amazing. I think she's going to win, multiple MVPs in her career. And she's going to have plenty of chances to win, to get, first team, right? Consecutive, right? JJ, she's a great rebounder, great double-double type player, averaged 13 points, 9 rebounds. So it's like you might as well, you might as well give it to her. Liberty are balling. She's an MVP, won it with the Sun. She's 8th in blocks, 1.2, and 6th in rebounds, 9. So let's just round it up, 14 points, 9, 10 assists. 10 rebounds. But you know what? And Stewie, I mean, another 20 and 10 type of player. 20 points, 8 rebounds. But snubs, Kayla McBride has had a baller season. You've seen her balling throughout the playoffs and finals. 3-point sharpshooter. She could have made it. I feel like, if there could be anybody that could have made the second team, I don't disagree with any of these players. I think Kelsey Mitchell from the Fever could have easily got second team. She was balling with Clark, just balling. She's the reason why the Fever made that huge turnaround. Clark was feeding her the ball. She was knocking down shots. She's a great scorer. Get a bucket for us, man. But I think the biggest snub is Jackie Young. I think she's the most complete player, right? Most complete player in the W. Or at least most complete guard, right? She plays both guard positions. She guards the toughest defensive assignments each and every night. She doesn't get enough credit. She's quiet. But I feel like if the Aces want to continue to win multiple championships, they're going to need Jackie Young to step up, because I feel like she has the most untapped potential on that team. I feel like Gray and Plum, they kind of are who they are right now. But Jackie Young, I feel like, she can get even better. But I don't know if it's confidence, or she don't want to step on toes, or she don't got a heavy load. But I could see her being the second best player after Asia, on the Aces. That's just how I feel. She averaged 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. 5 assists, that's pretty darn good. When you're already playing with Plum and Gray, in that guard trio. But so I think she's the biggest snub. But it's like, who are you gonna take off the list? Who are you gonna take off first and second? Who? And you can understand why Jonqueljones is on the team, because they're rewarding success. And not that the Aces weren't successful, but they sort of had a down year being 4th seed, instead of first or second seed. So they kind of struggled on both ends of the floor. So I can see why maybe they got snubbed. I mean, you got to reward winning, but you also have to reward, that talent and top 10 and different categories. So yeah, I understand. But yeah, make sure y'all tune in to Game 4. Oh man, Game 3 was great. And usually the team that wins Game 3 usually wins the series. I think this was the Lynx chance to get up in the series, and they just let it go. So if they get another lead, don't let it go. And they better not get down 15, because they blew the first punch. And I think that crowd is going to help lead them to victory. And I think, Liberty are going to win it at home in front of Spike Lee in New York. And so, because I think Stewie is I think something changed. Something, that look in her eye in the fourth, I said, I don't think she something happened. It was I saw that look in her eye. It was nobody's stopping me. I'm unstoppable. No one's stopping me. On both ends, too. Blocking all these shots. Hitting these and ones. Running the point. Getting the assist. It's she was doing it all, man. So, it's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy, man. I want you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope all this information with the votes and the stats and the runner-ups, the records, the accolades. I hope this was very informative. And I honestly have no problem with any of the winners. You could definitely have some, I feel like unanimous MVP, absolutely. Clark was one vote away. I'm like, if it's one vote away, you might as well be unanimous. I feel like Angel Reese should have got more votes. I feel like Defensive Player of the Year, it's always like, it's tough. It could have been flip-flopped. Collier, Asia, but I feel like Collier deserves it because her team, was, one of the best defensive teams. And you kind of can't, you can't dismiss that. And I do feel like Keratin should have got more votes. I don't disagree with any of the teams, rookie team and, defensive teams. Sportsmanship award, it could go to anyone. 6th woman, 6th player of the year, Tiffany Hayes, no doubt, no doubt about it. And because their bench is kind of like, besides Hayes, like who else do they have really with the Aces? And I feel like Keratin definitely should have got most improved. I think, of course, you could have gave it to Wnba, but I feel like, you got to award like the Sun season as well. So there's really no big argument about who won the award. It's just about sometimes like the number of votes people got, was probably like the biggest standout to me. But yeah, tell me guys how you liked the video. Tell me if you disagreed with any of the awards and, teams. Also, like, comment, and subscribe for more. I'm going to do a WNBA expansion episode. I'm going to continue to do the WNBA playoff episodes. I'm going to talk about the semifinals as soon as they're done. And yeah, I'm just gonna be rolling out content. I'm gonna do more movie reviews because there's another WNBA movie on Prime that I gotta check out, and I'm gonna do a review on this really cool series about Flau'jae Johnson and Angel Reese called The Money Game. That's on Prime. So I got more things coming up. More things that, need to be talked about. You heard me? But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry if I, said some of the names wrong or sometimes I gotta sip on this, some ginger ale, because my mouth can get dry and I'm not good at pronouncing names. But thank you guys for tuning in. Peace and love. And stay ballin'. Peace.